In today's video, I'm going to show you a one brand full face makeup look using products from L'Oreal. Hey everyone, this is Lisa. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Lisa Monique Beauty, where we cover all things beauty and lifestyle for the over 50 woman. So today's video, I decided I wanted to just do a full face using a drugstore brand, and I chose L'Oreal. And some of the products I've used before, some of them were new to me, and I am going to give you my first impressions and my not first impressions on what I think of these products. Okay, let's go ahead and just jump right into it. My skin was fully moisturized and I was ready to go. I had quite a few L'Oreal foundations, the True Match, the Infallible, but I decided to try the Age Perfect Radiant Serum Foundation today. Now, I have used this before and I've talked about it, I think maybe last fall, or maybe last spring. But anyway, I've talked about it last year. This is an SPF 50 sunscreen foundation. I had two colors, the number 70 Sand, which is probably a winter color for me, and then 120 Almond, which is definitely a middle summer color for me. And what I needed to do today was mix the two of them together, and I pretty much mixed them 50-50 to get a perfect match for my skin right now. So I applied it using my Refer number 31 brush. This is just a round foundation brush. It's a little bit of stipple ends. It's kind of a kabuki brush with some longer bristles and shorter bristles interspersed. No real reason other than that I just grabbed this foundation brush. I still have my other favorite BK Beauty in front of me too, but I just decided I was going to try something different. So I did apply using this brush, which I actually really enjoyed applying my foundation with this brush. It is a serum foundation, but it actually has coverage. So I did like that. I think it's a light medium coverage. It is buildable. So I think this would be perfect for people with drier skin. Typically, I don't love the feeling of SPF 50 foundations on my skin because I can feel that sunscreen. So it does have that kind of tackiness that you get when you apply a sunscreen on your face. I prefer to use my own sunscreen. Occasionally, if I am going to be out and about, though, I will just use something like this. But this one is extra radiant. It says it's a radiant serum foundation. I think just a regular SPF 50 foundation is enough glow for me. So even though I did think this was beautiful finish and a beautiful coverage, it was a little dewy for me and I ended up powdering it down. Now I forgot to do anything with the concealers. I have the L'Oreal Infallible concealer. This is an excellent full coverage concealer. It definitely covers everything. It lasts all day. It's a very kind of a matte finish. Really great. And then I got this True Match. This is actually, it says a super blendable crayon corrector. So this is just a color corrector. I did use it just a little bit to brighten up in the inner corner of my eye. I think this would be really pretty though, or a really good corrector or something to try and use. It does have a little bit of peachiness underneath. If you do have those dark purple or dark under eye circles, I think this would work really good underneath a more long-lasting concealer because it's not cakey at all and it's not heavy. It actually has a really nice finish on its own. Let's just put a little concealer on top of it. It keeps the concealer nice and bright. Right here. Yeah, I think, and it feels really good. It feels really nice. So I wish I had remembered to put concealer on, but I didn't. I just put foundation around my eyes. Okay, then I did set my around the eye area and around my face, and because I didn't buy a powder in the correct shade, I tried to use my Age Perfect Creamy Powder Foundation as a powder just to set around the eyes and around the nose. It was so cakey looking. So this on top of this, way too much coverage. I did not like it at all. I ended up using my sponge to try and blend it off. I got quite a bit of product off. This is all from this application. I feel like I did a good job getting most of it off. And then at the end, I ended up just still finding it way too glowy here. I did powder overall with the Kosas Cloud Set. So So even though it's not L'Oreal, I just needed to knock down the shine just a little bit. The Cloud Set is light. It still allows a lot of your natural skin through. I think it's perfect over something radiant because it doesn't look flat and matte, but it just knocks down that shine. Now on my eyebrows, I tried something new that I had not tried before. I just purchased it this morning when I realized I didn't have an eyeliner from L'Oreal. And this is the Brow Stylist Definer Ultra Fine Tip Shaping Pencil. So it's got your ultra fine tip on one end, and then it's got your spoolie on the other end. I found that even by the time I finished my makeup, it was kind of worn off. I noticed I had this, horrible to notice this, but I was getting a bald spot right here. That's something new. I had stopped using my lash serum in January, and all of a sudden I feel like almost overnight, maybe just in the last 2 days, half my eyebrow just fell out. And so I did use the L'Oreal Brow Stylist, and again, I could see a bald spot by the time I finished my makeup. So I am wearing also the Kosas Brow Pal because I did apply this to kind of fill in that area because it just was not long lasting. Okay, so because I couldn't find a bronzer at the drugstore from L'Oreal, I hear there's a Lumi bronzer that people love. I just couldn't find it in person. So I got the True Match powder in the darkest shade that they had at Target, which was the N8, and this is Cappuccino. This was a really pretty bronzer contour color for me. Gosh, I wish I picked up the W6 or an N6 or something in the powder as a finishing powder to see if that would have been nicer over the foundation. I don't think it looked really cakey, even though I put it on fairly heavy. I don't think it made the sides of my face look cakey and heavy. Yeah, I don't think it did that at all. I really think it was just the powder foundation was too much coverage when I applied it up here. So, and then on top of that, I used the Age Perfect Radiant Satin Blush, and this is in 405 Mauve. I love this blush. It goes on really nice. I mean, I just find it a really beautiful color. I applied it, I did tap it at first, kind of in case my face felt so dewy and wet, in case there was a big chunk of color coming down, but I didn't notice it. I always brush my blush over my eyes and also over my cheeks. I've always applied my blush up here over my nose and then on my brow bone. I mean, I've been doing it for 30, 40 years. That's how I always wear my blush. This is kind of where my skin naturally gets flushed, and so I want the blush to be like my flush. And so I've always applied it here. It's very light. It's not that I put it really heavy, like I'm trying to do a Raggedy Ann doll cheek or anything like that. But I do like a little bit of blush right underneath my eye. I always say where your sunglasses sit. Okay, moving on then to the rest of the eyes. I was using the L'Oreal Color Riche Pocket Palette in 104 French Biscuit. This was kind of hard to find in the drugstore. I purchased mine on Amazon, I believe. And I love this color, I love this palette because it's a very, very neutral palette. But then you also have this beautiful charcoal frost, so you can really glam up your night. I think this is glam up your eyes for night. I think this is a perfect day to night palette. I used the pink all over on my eye just again as a base because my face was feeling really dewy with this foundation. And then I just went in a little bit with the brown right in the transition. On my skin type, it's barely noticeable. It might be a little more noticeable if you have fairer skin, but it's still such a perfect neutral brown. I think it would look good on so many different skin types. And then I went in with this kind of bronzy gold and I just tapped it on my lid, and that's all I did. I love a shimmer. And this is a nice shimmer, not a glittery metallic. I love a shimmer because I love the way it reflects the light and draws your attention or draws someone else's attention to the eyes when you're just talking and moving. So I really do love that. And then I used it was a new product for me. It is the L'Oreal Infallible Never Fail Eyeliner. And it's a mechanical eyeliner. The shade is black brown. It's a little point. It does have a sharpener in the end. And then it also has a little smudge brush a little silicone smudge brush on the end. So I did apply it and blended it out, and then I kind of went over and set it with this brown and kind of gave a little bit more of a smudgy color. I'm not sure how long it will last. I did a little swatch on my hand, and after, I don't know, 40 minutes, when normally my other eyeliners dry down, and I mean, you know, I'm scrubbing them off. I cannot wipe them off. I still could wipe this one off. So we'll see long term, because I did just purchase it today as a first impression, how long it's going to last under my eyes. But I think it's really pretty right now. And it is really creamy and smooth and easy to get really close to the lash line. For mascara, I'm using the L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black Mascara. I have used this for years. I love this mascara. This is the one when I was doing makeup as a photographer and I was doing makeup on my clients. I always use this. This is what I used on all my clients because it's not clumpy. It goes from base to the tip and it just kind of deepens everything. It doesn't look spiky. You know, a lot of my clients were teenagers and they don't really need their lashes ultra thick. Some of them think they need it, but you know, then I feel like it just looks, you know, very spiky. And this did not do that, but it definitely gave them, you know, the look of luxurious lashes. It has always been one of my favorites. Then I used on my lips, this is a new lip gloss. It's the L'Oreal Paris Glow Paradise Lip Balm and Gloss with pomegranate extract. And this color is called Feathery Fleur. And I love this. So it does feel kind of like a lip balm and a lip gloss combined. So it is a cross between, or a lip oil and a lip gloss. It's really pretty. And this Feathery Fleur, yeah, this Feathery Fleur color is the perfect color on my lips. It's just a little bit, I don't even know if it's darker than my lips. It just accentuates the natural color of my lips, and I think it has a beautiful shine. I really like the shine it gets. It's not like a too glossy, high gloss shine. It's just a really pretty natural shine, and being a gloss, you know, it's going to come off when you eat or drink or anything like that, but I was wearing it for, you know, a couple hours and I still had some gloss before I reapplied. I'd also purchased this Lumi Glotion is what they called this. And I got it in deep and I tried to use it as a highlighter because I was thinking maybe it's like Charlotte Tilbury's Hollywood Flawless Filter. It did take off my makeup though. So I think if you were going to try and use it all over your face, that you should put it on before you put on your foundation or on top of your foundation. I do not think you need to use it with a radiant foundation, but maybe it would be really pretty under a more matte foundation like the Infallible foundation, or maybe even under the True Match to add a lot of glow. I think this would be really pretty just on your shoulders. Let's see what happens. Yeah, to give you that summer glow on your collarbone and on your shoulders. I think that's really pretty. So that's how I'm going to use this Glotion. I think it comes in 4 shades, but I definitely got the 904, the deepest shade. Yeah, it's not glittery, it's just a real sheen, a golden sheen. So it's real pretty. Okay, and so this is the final look. I feel like it's a natural daytime look, but it can go into the evening. All I would need to do is just really grab this darker color, apply it on the outer corners or maybe along the lash line, and then go in a little bit heavier with a little bit more blush, maybe a little bit more contour, and I could take this look into the evening. I really enjoyed these products. The Age Perfect's not my favorite of the L'Oreal foundations. You know, True Match is one of my ride or die. I've been using this since I was in my 20s, maybe 30s. I don't know how old it is, but pretty much when it first came out, I was using this foundation. I really, really enjoy it. So let me know what you think about this look. Let me know if there are some other brands you would like to see me do a full face of, preferably drugstore brands.